Welcome back. Okay, there's two main things that I want to accomplish this week. The first is actually shooting a bunch of content of the collection and starting to get that out there. The next is making the new collection. I want to start tinkering with new techniques, start working on new forms and objects. I really want to start going bigger, and right now I'm kind of limited by the size of my kiln, so that's the plan.
Both those things would be harder than expected, but one thing at a time. Beautiful. Next up, watch a real social media pro shoot his magnum opus. Also, if anyone knows why my iPhone footage looks like complete garbage, please let me know. Anyway, here's what I came up with.
It's a couple hours later and I've literally achieved making one reel. Oh god.
Since the light in the studio was starting to fade, I decided to shift gears.
I can't even see what's in there. Let's get to tinkering. Okay, let's start brainstorming. I'm gonna draw some things down. Hopefully come up with something good.
Now before you say anything, I know. My sketching skills are immaculate.
I've come up with absolutely nothing.
Most of the time you can't think your way into inspiration, so I decided to just get my hands dirty and throw some forms to play with the next day.
Let's do this.
First day done. Went okay. Didn't go as great as expected. Just wasn't really all that productive. Wasted a lot of time talking to people in the studio. Always feel a little bit like a piece of crap when I waste a lot of time. Tomorrow's another day.
Good morning, my friends. Welcome back. It's a beautiful day outside, but it's even more beautiful inside here.
With the jokes out the way, it was time to prep what I made yesterday and start experimenting.
Pieces are done.
One of my favorite things about clay is how fast it brings an idea to life. You can find out pretty quickly whether what you're working on is actually worth chasing.
There you go, little guy. There you go.
You know you've been in the studio too long when you start talking to your work.
Okay. Yes. Yes. Now, what is it? I don't really know. Could potentially be a light. If we put light in here, it illuminates out. Some kind of weird stool. Maybe if we put a seat here and here, that could be something. I don't know. I think it's cool, but at the same time, I don't think the design is overwhelming or really novel. So, I don't know. Also, I initially thought these might be able to stack. And, yeah. If you come up with something good, you let me know. Okay?
You can't force these things. Sometimes you just need space for an idea to show up. The same goes for content, which I had to reshoot as most of Monday's footage was out of focus. First lesson, when you're doing it solo, expect to redo things. A lot. And don't worry, I will show you all the full collection later on in the video.
I'm so out of my depth. Yeah. It's kind of like learning a new language. You just gotta plug away at it for a long time until you get it. And I will. Like a toddler riding his little bicycle with the training wheels on. One day, sprout my wings, tear those bad boys off, and fly away.
Back to designing something new, but not before scrapping the old.
Well, that didn't do much at all. Hope you weren't too attached to this.
I, for the life of me, cannot think of anything cool or anything that excites me. So that's weighing on my head a little bit. I think I'm overthinking it. I'm definitely overthinking it. I'm trying so hard to like make something really dope that I am limiting myself. So maybe I'll try and get out of that.
Of course, I was still overthinking it, but somewhere between the laps around the studio, something clicked.
Okay, so I have come up with one little idea.
I've always been fascinated by what sparks inspiration. Sometimes it's just the simplest thing.
There's something about this that I find really cool. You guys are probably just thinking that's just a square Seya. I don't know, I think it's cool.
Yes, that cutout was just a square, and nothing came of it, but it was good to feel curious again. And who knows, maybe it'll come back when the time is right.
Let me explain what I'm thinking here, alright? So, we got our pieces. We got 2 columns. 1, 2, this. Slots in here. Like so. And then... Oops. All good. This. Ta-da! Maybe. Something like that. Can you envision it?
Step in the right direction.
That was a pretty sick transition, you must admit. After I closed the garage door, my studio mate came up to me and he told me that the thing in the middle there that was connected to the columns at the bottom is called a trestle. Didn't know that. The trestle would have to be flush with the columns in order for a tabletop to actually be able to sit on there. Because if it protrudes above the tabletop, then if this is the trestle and this is the tabletop, you can't edge out more than half the size of the trestle, because otherwise there wouldn't be anything keeping it upright. Fucking dickhead Rob. Raining on my parade. Bit of a bummer, but it's okay. Because you know what? We got our creative juices flowing. We came up with something pretty cool, I guess. Now we just got to figure out how to make it work. That's part of the challenge of being an artist. Constantly problem solving. Gute Nacht, as they say in my home country.
Now, time to finish the week strong.
Yes! We got all our equipment. We got the creative director, head of operations. We're going to shoot the entire collection today.
We made these photo boards in a previous episode to mount the sconces. Since they'd usually need a J-box, we used battery-powered LEDs to light them up. And they were a pain.
It's not sticking.
It's a scam.
Maybe just duct tape.
But we got what we needed. Thanks mostly to my beautiful wife.
The light person.
You're the light person. The light is dying down pretty quickly here, so we kind of have to get a move on. We're gonna finish up, we're gonna stop using the wall and the sconce stuff, and we're gonna move to stools and side tables.
Let's frickin' do this!
Oh my god.
No?
No. What?
Let's do this.
First up are stools, luke, which means gap.
Sit on it.
Sit on that thing.
You know, for improvising and coming up with all this content on the spot, I think it turned out pretty good. Next up, eke, our side table, which means corner. And finally, brücke, bridge.
We enjoying ourselves?
This is the new piece. Me just holding your table. I am the column.
You are the problem.
Watch these immense acting skills.
That was pretty good, wasn't it? That was nice.
And finally, we called it. We didn't check every box, some shots still need doing, and let's be honest, we'll probably reshoot a few, but we made real progress, and I'm proud of what we started here.
Alright, you guys, it is time to get out of here, because I am starving, and Taylor is yelling at me.
I'm hungry.
She angry. It's been a great week, guys. It's been a great week. We might not necessarily have gotten everything done in terms of finding a inspirational new project, but we did get a little bit closer, and these things just... I can't do it when you're making sound! There is time next week, my friends, so I hope you come back then. Stay dirty.